We dropped by the 2K booth to talk new IP Battleborn and XCOM 2.
So Battleborn is the brand new IP from Gearbox and 2K Games, and it's a first-person shooter that features 25 completely different characters. Now, the reason that they're so different is because they come from all over the universe, and one by one all the solar systems have been going out, and the population of those systems have been having to flee and find a new safe place. But all the other systems are going out until only one is left. It's called Solus. And so all the different species, creatures, people, whatever, are on Solus, and they're fighting for control of it and the resources of it because all that's left. But the Virelsi, who have been the ones who have been destroying all the other solar systems, are now coming for Solus and trying to complete their work. And so all these different characters need to band together and defeat the Virelsi and save Solus.
So from what I've seen so far, it looks like there's a really unique art style in Battleborn. So can you tell us about what has sort of influenced that direction?
Yeah, well, a lot of things. Gearbox, like any great creative team, they look for inspiration all over the place. You know, books, movies, definitely movies, things like Star Wars and Guardians of the Galaxy, and also, you know, the games that they play. And they're known, I think, already for, you know, having a very unique art style with Borderlands. And whereas I think that on Borderlands there was this legendary art direction change. With Battleborn, they had a very clear vision for what they wanted to accomplish in terms of the art style for this game, and they've really executed towards it. And that's a vision that allows basically something from a kind of like soldier space marine to exist in a world with like a samurai red blade wielding guy that looks like a vampire, and as well as a four-armed mage, and it all makes sense. So that's really kind of what drove the art style, was to create a world where all of these really almost in conflict characters could live.
And in terms of the gameplay and even the weaponry and the characters, it looks really refreshing. So why is it different from any other game, really?
So Battleborn's very different for a lot of different reasons, but I think the core of why it's so different is the characters, and the fact that you start off the game with 25 different characters, and they all play completely different. They move differently, they have different abilities, they can be defense-oriented, or they can be more of a offense character. And when I say they're completely different, like, I'm talking all the way down to their development. Each of these characters has a completely unique skeleton and rig and animations and so forth. Gearbox basically likes to say how that each of these characters is actually the main character in a video game that hasn't been made yet, and it's true, they treat them that way.
And are there going to be any cosmetics at all?
Yeah, there's actually a pretty deep kind of ranking system. There's multiple tiers to it, but along the way, some of the things that you can unlock are different alternative skins for your characters to help customize their appearance. You know, if you're feeling a little different one day and you want the character to be like, I don't know. I'm not going to say, but you're going to have that choice.
And with characters being so different, it feels as though there's something for everyone. Why do you think gamers are going to really be wanting to get hands-on with Battleborn?
I think because there's a little bit of something for everyone. First of all, you know, you've got the 25 characters to choose from. You know, I definitely have my favorite, like Thorn. But for instance, like, I play Thorn in the story campaign because she's actually like kind of a pinpoint sniper, and I am not that good at competitive multiplayer, so I can't play her effectively. And when I'm in competitive multiplayer, I'm playing Caldarius, who's kind of one of the robot-looking characters with a jetpack. And so, you know, just that choice alone amongst the characters, but then also the fact that we've got the competitive multiplayer, we've got a fully fleshed out story campaign, and then on top of that, you go into the story campaign and you can choose to play it as a single player, or you can play it with up to 5 co-op people and have that enjoyment of seeing how the different characters play well together. For instance, I can play Miko, of course, just through the story campaign by myself, but when I play Miko with a group of co-op people, I can actually really take advantage of the fact that Miko is a support character. So I can actually not engage with any of the enemies, but follow a co-op buddy, say like Wrath, who's the one with the big red swords. You know, he's a melee character and he has to get in the middle of all these enemies, but he can be kind of squishy and easy to kill. So if I'm following that character as Miko and healing them along the way, I'm making the party and Wrath more effective.
And last of all, because it is so expansive, I've got like a quick 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 sort of thing to ask you. So, what are your 5 favorite powers or takedowns?
5 favorite powers or takedowns. So with Arendi, one of my favorite powers is the fact that she has this ability to, if she runs up to an enemy and you do her ability, she jumps back, leaving a trail of fire. And so it's actually really good for her to get in the middle of enemies and then activate that and leave a trail of damage. With Thorn, it's Blight, as she drops this like huge you know, area of effect that slows enemies and starts to do damage over time. With Wrath, it's when he becomes like a kind of a blender of destruction and you just start spinning and spinning and spinning. Miko is the healing. And for Caldarius, it's when he activates his jetpack and goes up in the sky and then like drops down and just crushes enemies.
Now for number 4, what are your 4 favorite characters and why? You've already touched on that a little bit, but now you have to get to 4.
Okay, so we already talked about Elf, chick, that's Thorn. I like Arendi because she's got weird eyeballs on her hands that blink at you. Then let's see, oh, Gentleman Robot, Marquis, and I think Montana because he's got a tiny head.
And last of all, well, the number 3, sorry, is sum up the game in 3 words.
First-person shooter.
Very clever. So if you could choose 2 skills from Battleborn for your own life, what would you choose?
Ooh, I think the dark matter bomb that Arendi drops, that would be pretty cool, and probably being able to shoot a bow.
And last of all, what is the one reason Battleborn cannot be missed?
Does it have to be one word or just one thing? Because it is an incredibly fun game that has something for everyone.
Awesome, thank you so much.